Círoבין, Perik Aleph, Mishnah Hey. Says the Mishnah, Hoiso shel kash o shel konim. If the cross beam, the koro, was made of straw or of reeds, which clearly would not have the strength to hold an oriach, to hold a brick. Roinoso ki'ilu hi shel mateches. This continues with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, that it doesn't have to actually be able to have the strength to hold a brick, but as long as it's got the right dimensions, even if it's a substance of straw or of reeds which clearly would not be able to hold a brick, nonetheless it is still a kosher because of this principle, this halachic principle of roin. We consider it as if it were strong enough. Akumo, if it is crooked, it goes up in the middle, so therefore nothing can rest on it. Roino soke ilahi pashuto. We consider it if that crooked part, supposing that crooked part were eliminated, would it still have the dimensions of that which is left? Would it have the dimensions of a tefach that if lu yitzuya, were it not for the fact if the akuma it would be removed, the brick would be able to rest on it? Then, or agulo, if it's, let's say, it's like the beam is like a pole, where you can't rest anything on a pole, it'll drop off. Nonetheless, roino sok iluhi merabas, as long as it's got the diameter of a tefach, the circle, the diameter of a circle, and the diameter is a tefach, we consider it as if it's squared off. And kol sheyesh be kefo shloisha tefochim, concludes the Mishnah, as long as if circumference of the circle is 3 tefochim, yesh bo rochav tefach, then you can be sure that the diameter is a rochav tefach. So even though physically it's impossible for the ariach, for the brick, to rest on this koro, but nonetheless, since the koro has sufficient dimensions that if it were to be square, it would be able to support such a brick, and if it were strong enough it could support such a brick, that is sufficient. The actual principle of kol sheyesh bo kefo tefach shlosha tefochim yesh bo rochav tefach, in fact it's not completely accurate, as we know full well, because the actual diameter of a circle would to be a diameter of 1 would require the circumference would have to be 3.142, as is well known. There is the Chazal learn it out from the posuk of dealing with the Yam Shel Shlomo. The posuk says in Melachim Aleph, Kapitel Zayin, Vayas es hayom mutzok ese ba'amo misvosoi ad sefosoi ogul sevivoi chamesh ba'amo kumosoi v'kav shloshim ba'amo yisev oso soviv. The posuk describes the dimensions of the basin of Shlomo, which was 30 amos, a circle of 30 amos, in other words the circumference of 30 amos, and a diameter of, a radius of chamesh ba'amo kumosoi, and esa amos misvoso atzvoso, 10 amos of diameter. So Chazal say, you can see from here that the diameter of a circle of 3, the diameter would be 1. Well, of course we know that's not 100% accurate, but the mathematicians have worked many years to actually work out exactly the exact measurements, because it's a very difficult mathematical equation to do. And